Hey guys, welcome back. So now here in this session, look at here, I'll cover types of SAP project. In previous session, a simple introduction was there guys. Introduction means what do you mean by SAP? What do you mean by ERP, right? What are the leading ERP in the market? Small session I just gave, right? Okay, so now here, in this session, types of SAP project. Guys, I'll tell you, once you become SAP consultant, right? So you all are going to get an assignment, right? So what is this project? Project is nothing but this assignment itself, right? Now, so how many types of SAP projects are there, guys, that you should know before going for the practical session and all? These are the things which is required, right? So look at here. We're having four types of project, that is called implementation project, rollout project, upgrade project, and support project. Okay, once you become SAP consultant, guys, you are going to be a part of a particular project. Very first day itself, right? Very first day itself, your HR will explain all the details that, okay, sometime first day or even sometime like you'll have to wait certain days for the project, guys, project assignment. But once the project is assigned, they're going to explain that, hi, welcome on board, and now you are going to be part of so and so project, right? And this is an implementation project. This is a rollout project. This is upgrade project. This is support project, right? So there will be some differences. What are those differences? That I'll explain. Okay. So, okay. So now this is called nature of the project. Nature means implementations, rollout, upgrade, support. Now we'll see. So first of all, we'll talk about implementation project. Implementation project means what, guys? Let's suppose there is an organization. Okay, in previous session I have quoted example of Tata Motor. So here there will be example of Tata Motor itself. Now let's suppose there is an organization. In that organization, let's suppose they are using a different ERP. It could be Tally, it could be QuickBook, it could be Oracle, it could be PeopleSoft, right? So now let me take example of Tata Motor itself. So let's suppose Tata Motor is using an ERP called Tally. It's a very small ERP, right? Now Tata Motor is a very big organization. You can take example of any other companies, guys, instead of this. So now it become huge and huge, right? If you talk about the turnover of Tata Motor, it's like huge. So now they're using Tally. Okay, so if you talk about the expectation, like if you talk about the management of Tata Motor, they need several kind of reports, various kind of reports, which is not possible. Those kind of reports are not possible to fetch with the help of Tally. Okay, so what is happening, guys? In that case, they are looking for a bigger platform in the sense some different ERP which is going to meet their requirement. Okay, so now let's suppose they have decided to go for SAP. So here what is happening, guys? SAP, how Tata Motor will be able to use SAP? So SAP, instead of Tally, SAP must be installed, right? Apart from this installation, guys, let's suppose if the SAP is installed, right? Let's suppose after few classes, once the theoretical sessions are going to be completed, the SAP installations will be taking place in your laptop or desktop, right? SAP is going to be installed. Okay, no matter wherever you guys are, because I know like some people even from out of India also, people are from Spain or is Mexico or is even other countries as well. So installation is going to happen. Okay, so once the SAP is going to be installed, guys, so only with the installations, only Tata Motor will not be able to perform their all day-to-day activities. Then what next? We have to configure that system as per their requirement. Now, what is this configurations, right? What is this configurations? How to configure the system? So these all things are going to be explained in detail, right? In practical session, we are going to see one by one. Multiple topics are there, guys. There are several unique, what to say, topics also will be there, right? So those topics are going to make you people unique compared to whoever people are there in the market. Okay, so that is going to be explained one by one. So now here, so Tata Motor means, like, if they want to use SAP, then first of all installation will take place, and after that the configurations. We have to configure this SAP as per Tata Motor requirement. Okay, first of all we have to. So further discussions also will be happening, guys. Again, in what to say, upcoming session, I'm going to explain the things in detail. So this first time installation, look at here. This SAP is getting installed in Tata Motor, right? But this is first time installation, right? So the first time installation of SAP in any organization, right, is called implementation project. It means this, who is going to do this installation, guys? Who is going to do this configurations? Of course, it's going to be done by you people because you are the consultant, right? Tata Motor employee, it means they are just user. User in the sense, let's suppose if you talk about Tally, they are using Tally, right? Now somebody in the sense like a particular, let's suppose Tally itself, if it is an organization, or is like Oracle, this is an organization, right? It is. So Oracle consultant, let's suppose, will visit the company. Oracle consultant will install and configure their ERP. Let's suppose if Tata Motor is using Oracle, then their consultant will install and configure the system, and then Tata Motor employee will start using that. So Tata Motor employees are called users, right? And the people who has installed this Oracle and configure the Oracle as per their requirement, those people are called consultant. Likewise, again, if you talk in terms of SAP, then what will happen, guys? You are the consultant because you people are going to install and configure this SAP. In that also the roles and responsibilities, different roles will be there, guys. Installations is not your part, that will be done by basis consultant, right? But again, that basis consultant is also is the part of a team, because there will be a team who is going to implement this SAP into Tata Motor. In that team, technical consultants also will be there, and functional consultant also will be there. Okay, don't be confused, guys, because this is just a second session itself. Not even second session, this is just a first session itself, I can say, because in the previous session we have discussed nothing, simply introduction part was there, right? So this is the first session itself. Now still multiple sessions are yet to come, right? So now, what I said, so Tata Motor, in Tata Motor, SAP is going to be implemented. And who is going to implement? SAP consultant, right? So first time installation of SAP in a particular, in any organization, is called implementation project. Hope you guys are able to understand. The same thing I have specified here in the form of definition. Fresh or first time installation of SAP in any organization is called implementation project, right? Entire implementation project is further segregated in 5 phases, which will be discussed in later classes. In upcoming session, I'm going to explain, guys. This is also very important because people will ask multiple questions from that, okay, during interview. So that is also going to be explained in detail, right? So implementation means what, guys? First time installation of SAP, right? Here, first time SAP is going to be installed in Tata Motor and it is going to be configured. Installations will be done by basis consultant, configurations will be done by functional consultant. Basis is the part of technical team, right? Technical consultant and functional consultant, there will be a team. Okay. Now, if we talk about this implementation project, guys, implementation project is also going to be segregated in 2 parts. Okay, earlier, see, if you check like multiple videos on YouTube or at multiple places, these things are not going to be explained by people. But what I have observed in a previous interview, sometime people are going to ask. Let's suppose there are certain people who is going to use the experience and all. So if you are going to use experience, then you have to show certain project, right? So interviewer may ask, okay, you tell me you're the part of implementation project, right? So what kind of implementation project it was? What kind of implementation project it was, right? It means they are expecting this answer. Which answer, guys? So implementation project is going to be, okay. So whatever this implementation project is there, guys, that is going to be segregated in two part. That is called greenfield implementation and brownfield implementation. Hope some of you might have seen my previous videos uh, on YouTube. I don't know whether this one is uploaded or not. So some of you might be having some idea. Can anybody explain the difference between greenfield and brownfield implementation, guys? If anyone want to say something, can unmute your audio and say something, or else even you can type here.
Greenfield is like
Sir,
using for the first time. I mean, what if it is a new company installing any software for the first time? Brownfield in the sense like moving existing software data to the SAP, like from Tally to SAP.
Okay, okay. And greenfield means totally new.
Yes.
Okay, great, great. So now, of course, like here I got a reply also from Raj. Okay, great. So guys, yes. So here, greenfield and brownfield. So greenfield implementation means what, guys? Greenfield implementation means fresh implementations. Let's suppose there is a company that there is a, like, let's suppose a pretty new organization. Pretty new organization means, let's suppose plant construction is like, let's suppose, is in progress, right? Their corporate office is also being built somewhere, or it is, being constructed nearby itself, right? So once this plant construction is over, let's suppose once the plant is ready to manufacture the goods, right? And corporate office means the management and everybody's are going to sit over there, right? So once the company become fully operational, then what will happen, guys? How they are going to maintain all the transactions? How they are going to manage all the transactions? Because if an organization means huge, multiple, like several kind of different transactions are taking place, right? So in order to run that particular organization, then they need a particular software also, right? Software in the sense ERP also. They need a particular ERP. Okay. So at initially itself, they have to decide which ERP they are going to use, right? So let's suppose they have decided to go for SAP. So that is the classic example of greenfield implementation. It means plant construction. So totally new construction is happening, right? And corporate office, everything. It means the company setup is like quite new. There is no existence of legacy system here. Legacy system is what I'll explain, don't worry. So there is no existence of any different ERP because it's quite new company, and first in the from the beginning onwards they plan to use SAP. Now the next one is brownfield implementation. Brownfield implementation means this one is the classic example of brownfield implementation, right? Tally, that is the existing ERP. So existing ERP is called what, guys? Legacy system. Okay, in SAP language it is called legacy system. So this Tally is called legacy system. Instead of Tally, if any other ERP is there, that is also called legacy system, right? So look at here, what is the difference, guys? In brownfield implementation, there is existence of legacy system. It means legacy system is going to be replaced by SAP. Whereas in greenfield implementation, there is no legacy system. Is there any other difference, guys? Can anyone explain? Apart from this, can we add any other things in this? Okay. Now let's suppose. If we talk
Sir,
about
it is also known as data migration activity, I think, DMA.
data migration activity, in the sense like what do you want to say?
Sir, when we are converting from, when we are using new ERP instead of old one, it is known as DMA, I think, if I'm not wrong.
DMA. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so same thing I'm going to explain. Yes, you're right. Okay.
Sir, there is a question, can I ask
Yeah. Tell
in
me.
between or after recording?
Okay, you can ask right now, but I recommend after recording, if you guys are going to ask, it's better, because generally what happened in between, if you're going to ask, then that is also going to be recorded, right? But once your doubt is clarified, then after that, if you watch this video again and again, the question will be coming into it, coming in between. Anyway, you ask your question. What's your question?
Sir, as you have told us that there are two types of implementation process, greenfield and brownfield.
Yeah.
Let's imagine in greenfield, as you have told, that we are starting our new company and we are doing all the things from the initial point. But let us take that our company was operating from last 5 years, until now they don't find any need for any software. Now they are feeling like we need some new software in our company, SAP or something else. So in that case, sir, ये ग्रीन फील्ड होगा या ब्राउन फील्ड होगा, क्योंकि अब तो इनिशियल स्टार्ट तो मतलब 5 साल पहले ही कंपनी बन चुकी है, बट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन अब से शुरू हो रही है, तो ये ग्रीन फील्ड में आएगी या ब्राउन फील्ड में सर?
Okay, so guys, of course, like everybody are not able to understand Hindi, so here I'll just explain what she is asking. She's suppose, let's suppose I'll explain the question in English and then I'll give the answer here. So what she's asking, guys, uh, she's saying that let's suppose the company, like generally this in what do you say, real what do you say, this one practically it is not possible nowadays, because if we talk about like 70s or 80s, then of course it was possible. In those days still there were some small organizations, they used to like maintain all the transactions, they used to maintain registers and all. Right now even small organizations also they are using a particular ERP, certain ERP. But still what she is saying, that let's suppose the company started 5 years back, right? And at that point of time, they don't need any ERP. They didn't go for any ERP. They didn't go for any what do you say, software, right? So in that case, how they are going to manage the transactions and all, guys? Of course, they have to go for. They are going to maintain the registers, right? Now, so registers means, let's suppose they're going to record all the data into registers and all, right? After 5 years, they required, like they decided to go for a particular ERP. Let's suppose they decided to go for SAP itself. So is this a greenfield implementation or brownfield implementation? So guys, this is also greenfield implementation itself. This is also a greenfield implementation itself, because see, the simple difference is, if there is no existence of legacy system, right? Generally, this kind of scenario now it is not possible, but still, if that is the case, still we can say here greenfield itself, okay? Because there is no existence of a legacy system. But if we talk about data migration, guys, of course, certain data will be migration. We can't say migration. We can't say. If I go in that much details, I think it will create lots of confusion. There will be a separate topic. If you talk about data migration, guys, there will be a separate topic, and that is also going to be covered in the live classes. So there, once again, I'll explain these things in detail. Okay, but yes, this is also, we can say it's a greenfield implementation itself, because there is no any existence of legacy system. Now here, what I said, let's suppose Tata Motor started its business in 2001, right? And so 2001 means, like, let's suppose in 2001 they are using Tally. And now in 21 they have decided to go for SAP, right? Now I'll tell you guys, so there are multiple datas are there into Tally, right? Data motor management, let's suppose if you talk about the reports, right? So reports means, let's suppose there are several reports where like certain comparison is required, right? Comparison means the current year data are going to be compared with the previous year data, and this is how we are going to find out the percentage change, right? Percentage change in terms of like what is the percentage growth in terms of, like, let's suppose profit percentage, right? Previous year how much, like what was the growth, this year how much is the growth, right? So how it is going to be calculated? There'll be two or more than two data are going to be compared. They are going to count some differences and all, and then the percentage is going to be calculated. So if such kind of reports are required, in that case what will happen, guys? The previous data must be available into SAP, then only such kind of reports can be pulled out, right? So then in that case what is happening, guys? In that case we need to get the data from Tally, and that's supposed to be migrated. That data supposed to be migrated from this legacy system to SAP system. Okay, so look at here, guys. Now, so when in which case it is happening, guys? This is going to happen in this one, brownfield implementation, right? In brownfield implementation, what is happening, guys? Data migration is taking place. Data migration means from legacy system to SAP system, the data are going to be migrated. Now the question is how data migration will take place. So that is going to be explained in detail, guys. Practically, I'll show you. So this data migration activities are there in brownfield implementation. In greenfield implementation, guys, there is no data migration activity. Okay, in greenfield implementations, everything is like quite new, so there is no data migration activity. But in brownfield implementation, yes, data migration activities are there. So this is what the difference is, guys. You can say greenfield means totally new. It means no existence of legacy system. Brownfield means existence of legacy system. If greenfield means if there is no existence of legacy system, then no data migration. Whereas brownfield means there is existence of legacy system, hence data migration will be there. Now, then we have the next one that is called Rollout Project. Okay, so now here in Rollout Project, what is happening, guys? Look at here, Tata Group is there. Tata Group is there, right? So if you talk about Tata Motor, right, that is a subsidiary of Tata Group. In the sense, like one group organization is there, one group company is there, which is having various subsidiary, right? Various subsidiaries will be there. Like Tata Motor is there, Tata Steel is there, Tata Chemical is there, Tata Cement is there, right? So these all are a separate subsidiary, right? Okay. How you will come to know that these all are separate subsidiaries, guys? So of course, if you talk about stock market, these all entities are listed in the stock exchange separately, right? If you talk about the stock price of Tata Motor, that is having a different value, different stock price, share price will be there, right? Tata Steel will be having a different stock or share value. Tata Chemical will be having. So these all are a separate subsidiaries, right? Having different business, but all are the part of this Tata Group. There is a group company. Under that, multiple subsidiaries are there. Now, so here, first time installation of SAP for Tata Motor, right? At subsidiary level. Even at group level also, this is the first time installation itself, right? So this is called implementation project. Whereas under the same group company, now for second, this is the second subsidiary, Tata Steel. Here also at subsidiary level, first time installation is going to happen. But at group level, this is the second time, right? So generally what happened, guys, at group level here, second time. So this is called For Tata Steel, once again, SAP is going to be installed, configurations will be taking place, guys. So this time, this SAP installations, whatever is going to happen for Tata Steel, that is called a rollout project. See, a very simple definitions I have specified, I have written here. If a group company already implemented SAP for one subsidiary, that is for, let's suppose, Tata Motor, right? And want to set up the same for different, it means remaining other subsidiaries, right? That is called a rollout project. Say the example. So group company means, let's suppose Tata Motor. Tata Motor is having Tata Group is having multiple subsidiary, or any company is having multiple subsidiaries like A, then B, right? So installation of SAP here in the first subsidiary, so this is called implementation, and remaining all is called a rollout. Remaining B, C, D, E, these all are now from second subsidiary onwards, these all projects are treated as a rollout project. There is a difference, guys. There is a difference between implementation and a rollout project. Okay, and I think you guys will be able to understand practically more, because theoretically, if I'm going to explain, most of you will be having confusion. But once I start the practical session, then I will let you know what is the difference. Okay, because if you talk about implementation project, guys, right? Then here we are going to follow, we are going to perform 100% activities. In the sense, 100% configuration steps are going to be done. But in rollout project, only 60%, 60 to 65%, or 60 to 70% steps are going to be done. Now, so practically, once I start the practical session, guys, then I'll explain which are the steps which will be done during implementations, and what are the steps which is not going to be done or performed during rollout project, so that you guys will be having perfect understanding. Let's suppose if anybody asks the difference between implementation and rollout, then you can quote the example and you can see. I'll tell you guys one thing. If somebody is asking, generally nowadays, not nowadays, even earlier also in SAP, the trend is like people will never ask the definitions and all. What do you mean by this? In the sense, what do you mean by X, Y, Z? No. People will give you a scenario. Okay, and then they will say, now you tell me what will be like, you tell me your like, what to say this one? What is your, uh, as a consultant, what will be your solution? Isn't it? So here, of course, like, scenario could be anything from a single part, from one particular topic. I can create 100 of scenario. It could be anything, right? So it's like, the thing is, if you have perfect understanding about that particular topic, let them ask whatever scenario they are going to create. Let them create the scenario. If you have perfect understanding, easily you guys will be able to understand the question. And if you are able to understand the question, 100% guaranteed you guys are going to answer the question, right? And don't try to create a definitions and all, guys. Simply you have to quote the example. If you're going to quote the example, that is going to be a best answer. So anyway, that is, multiple topics are going to be explained, guys, and everywhere, even in my live classes also, I'll cover several unique scenario, right? Now, so we'll come back on the topic. We were talking about a rollout project. So rollout project means, look at here, the group company is already implemented SAP for one subsidiary and want to set up the same for remaining subsidiaries. That is called rollout project. Then, very simple, guys. The next one is called upgrade project. So upgrade project is pretty simple, guys. The name itself, I think with the, by name itself, you came to know the definition, right? Look at here. So shifting from one version to other, right? In upgrade project, we always shift from lower version to higher version. So here what happened, guys, in upgrade project, like, say for example, in Tata Motor, we have implemented SAP 10 years back. or 15 years back. So in 10 years or 15 years, there are multiple changes, right? Multiple new activities and what to say, multiple new functionalities got added, right? So whenever any new functionalities are going to be added, the version of SAP is going to be changed. Not only SAP guys, we are using multiple apps. WhatsApp is there, Facebook is there, YouTube is there. Every after 2 months or 3 months, you guys receive certain notifications. What notification, guys? To update your app. So updation is nothing but upgradations. If you are going to update your app, it means they have made some small changes, or else they have added some new features in that particular app, right? So if you are going to update, then only you will be able to avail the new features of that particular app. The same thing is applicable here in case of SAP also. So in order to avail the new functionality, in order to uh, make use of, like, let's suppose if Tata Motor want to use the new functionalities and all, they must have to go for upgradations, right? Now, so in upgradations, guys, functional people will have, of course, functional people also will have to do lots of activities, but technical consultant, first of all, the technical people are going to work out, and then as a functional consultant we have to do again the configurations and all. So I think what configurations we are going to perform and all. So configurations means in practical session I'm going to explain all the configurations and all, right? Now the last one is there, that is called support project, right? Look at here, guys. Post implementation, all SAP related maintenance or error activities that comes under support project. Here consultant just receive the tickets, solve them and send them back to the client. So guys, after implementations, whatever, see, let's suppose we have done this implementation for Tata Motor. Now what will happen, guys? After implementing this SAP, it means SAP got installed. We have done all the configurations and now we have handed over this project, in the sense this software, to Tata Motor, that now you will be able to, now you can perform your all day-to-day activities in SAP. Instead of Tally, now you can use SAP. But do you think that, guys, they are going to proceed further without your help? It is impossible. Why? Because see, you guys are SAP consultant. You guys are just like doctor, right? Now, these people, Tata Motor employee, they will use SAP and all, but this is a software, right? In case if any error appears, right? Or else in case various requirement will be there, guys, multiple requirement. Always they will be having certain requirement. Say for example, they are using like services of a different telephone operator. Okay. Now they have decided to change this telephone operator, let's suppose XYZ company to ABC company. Then what will happen, guys? Then all the whatever that their landline numbers are there, those numbers are going to be changed, right? So once the numbers are going to be changed, then what will happen? When, like, let's suppose if they are going to post any sales related invoice, so once the invoice got posted, a sales invoice also is going to be generated with the help of SAP itself, right? And printer will be, let's suppose, associated with the system. So let's suppose printout is going to be generated. So on the invoice, a particular, the phone number, fax number, everything will be there, right? So since they have changed the operator, the phone number, fax number is also going to be changed, right? So who is going to change this phone number, fax number? It's SAP consultant. We have to do certain configurations for that. Certain development is required for that, right? So this is a small example I've given, guys, because it's a very huge organizations. Every time there will be requirement. Various kind of requirements will be there. Since I have not started the practical session, that is why I'm not quoting a practical example, right? Or is always, let's suppose, if you talk about the tax, okay? So whatever the tax, like current tax percentage is there, right? let's suppose if the government is decided to add cess. Cess is what, guys? Cess means tax on tax. Any additional tax they are going to add. Then what will happen? How this is supposed to be configured into SAP, then only the correct calculation is going to happen. If you talk about like depreciation related activities in SAP, there will be a sub module called asset management. Okay, I'll explain in detail, guys. Don't worry. Very unique explanations will be there, because if you talk about asset management, you watch any of the video on YouTube, most of the people are unable to understand. Simply, people are learning the configurations. They don't know the logic behind those configurations. When you go for interview, once the people started asking question, again, as I said, scenario based question will be asked by people. So most of the candidates are unable to understand the question itself. And if you can't understand the question, how you are going to answer the question, right? So anyway, I'll explain those things in detail. So what I said, now let's suppose depreciation. Depreciation means like whatever the fixed assets are there, guys, right? Let's suppose plant and machinery. So whatever machineries are being used right now, let's suppose we have purchased a machinery today. So whatever the price of machinery is there like today, after 10 years, a different price will be there of that machinery, because of uses, lots of wear and tear has taken place, right? The machinery become old. Right now, let's suppose if the machinery price is $1 million or rupees, whatever it is, after 10 years, it's going to be reduced, right? So in depreciation, we have to see these all things. Now, so say for example, if the depreciation percentage, there is a change in depreciation percentage, that is also going to be decided by, it's not like companies are going to be decided, guys. At country level, it is going to be depreciation percentage, means at country level, it is going to be there. Here in India, like I think CBDT is the, what to say, this one, who is going to control this depreciation related, whatever this percentage is there. So if there is any change, then what will happen, guys? You people are the consultant. You guys are going to change the configurations so that correct calculations will happen, right? So that's what I'm saying, that even though we have implemented this SAP, everything is done, now we have handed over this SAP to Tata Motor, still they cannot proceed further without our help, right? Sometime while working, some error has taken place. Who is going to resolve those errors, guys? It's you people, because you are the expert of SAP, right? So after implementations, they need support also. That is called support project. Okay, and support project is called continuous project. Continuous means this is called never ending project, right? Until unless Tata Motor is going to use this SAP, they must have to take support from somewhere. Okay, let's suppose this time they are taking support from IBM, right? And there is a 5-year contract between Tata Motor and IBM. After 5 years, there might be a chances that now they're going to take support from Accenture, right? Or Infosys or TCS. But still, they must have to take support, because these people are not the expert of SAP, right? So they must have to take. So support is ongoing project, guys. We can say it is never ending project. Sometime what happened? Sometime like big organizations like, let's suppose, multiple organizations, multiple what do you say, user companies are there. User means like Tata Motor, we can say user company. Let's suppose Tata Motor later on decided that no, we will not take support from this Accenture or IBM. We are going to build our own team. It means these people are going to hire consultant on their payroll from market, and they'll build their own team. That is called in-house support. In-house support means Tata Motor itself is going to build a small IT team, and in that they are going to hire like 20, 25 SAP consultant, right? And these consultants, they are dedicated to this. It means like they are the part of Tata Motor, right? So they are going to handle all the issues which is taking place in this SAP. So that is called internal team, in-house team. But still, whether it is in-house team or whether it is they're going to take support from other organizations, but still they need consultant, right? Okay, so these are the activity, maintenance and error activities comes under support project. I think more clarity you guys will be getting once the practical session is going to be started. Right now, theoretically, just I have given some ideas so that I've just given some small explanations so that you guys will be having some idea, right? And once I'm going to start the practical session, then 100% it is going to be cleared. So these are the 4 types of project, guys: implementations, rollout, upgrade, and support project. Okay, so that's all in this session, guys.